Hi there, my name is Matt Cole.
And I'm Brian Garrity.
And we are the producers of the Sexperts Podcast. And we have a very special guest. And I know I say that every fucking time. But this
time we mean it.
This time we fucking mean it. Ladies and gentlemen.
This time don't fast forward. This is a fucking real special guest, bitch.
All right. I'm going to keep on hyping this up. I'm going to extend this and pass it because I do want to say that Brian Garrity is the worst at sound checks. Because I asked him to be like, hey, go ahead and say something. And Brian's like, hey, how's it going? And then when he gets on air, he goes, hey, and clips every fucking time. Plus, he is eating dinner, and he's taking bites full right before he's like, hey, let me jump in there. All right.
Hey, if you can't podcast with a Brussels sprout in your mouth, what are you even doing in this game?
All right. We're so excited to have him here because he is an old friend all the way back when the Push Comedy Theater wasn't the Push Comedy Theater. It was improv classes at the Muse taught by the Pushers. He is a scholar and a gentleman. He was in New York for a long time, making it big and doing great stuff there, but he is back in our orbit. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Steven motherfucking Johnson!
Hey!
And he called in on a tin can.
Hey, leave him alone. He's in Chesapeake now.
A tab.
I lost a couple things in the move.
All right. Okay. Catch up, everybody. Especially Sean Devereaux. Sean Devereaux actually listens to this portion of the podcast. I think he may be our only fan. But walk us through. What have you been doing since we last talked 5-6 years ago?
Let's see. I got a haircut. That was an experience. But yeah, I was in New York City for the past 7 years.
7 years. Holy shit.
7 years in the Big Apple. The city's so nice they named it 2 times.
Weren't you doing DNA testing for Maury Povich or something like that?
That is very close. I was an audience member of the Bill Cunningham show, which is like the Maury Povich. And I also did an episode of the Steve Wilkos show. That was so great. I love Steve more than the other guy.
Wait, that was your job? Wait, what?
Before I had a real full-time job,
yeah.
First couple months, I went to tapings of daytime talk shows.
Whoa.
And Steve Wilkos was great because they bust you to the studio, and before the taping even starts, Steve Wilkos comes out and it's like, "Hey, everybody, thank you all so much, for coming out here. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have a show. So I appreciate it. And just to show my appreciation, I'm happy to do a little Q&A, little question and answer session before we start taping. And I'll never forget this one guy. It was like, "Hey, yo, Steve, I got a question." And Steve's like, "My man, go ahead." And the guy was like, those Scared Straight episodes you do? And Steve Wilkos is like, "Yeah, there's, a teenager with bad behavior. We take them to a detention center, and the inmates, scare them and say, if you don't change your ways, this is where you could end up." And the guy's like, yeah. So my question is, how are those kids doing? They're living in jail with a bunch of adults. How are they doing? Steve was legit shook. He was like, we don't leave the kids there, right? We take them, we do the taping, they get scared, and they go back home. I was like, oh, magic of TV.
Good God. Well, New York is a magical city. Takes all kinds. We don't have people that dumb here in Virginia, Steven, so you got to get used to that. We're all smarties.
We're about that dumb. My kids know Steven as the guy from the Steve Wilkos audience. Because we have a couple episodes on DVR that we watch regularly.
I had cards made, yeah.
So what about what kind of shows were you doing in New York, or training, or what was some fun stuff that besides Steve Wilkos?
So I went through for improv. I went through all of the 4 basic levels of improv training at UCB.
Cool.
That was great. It was also expensive.
Yeah.
But probably my biggest proudest experience was doing this show called Point Break Live, where they essentially reenact the movie Point Break on stage. And since Keanu Reeves is, not billed as the best actor, they pick somebody out from the audience to be Keanu Reeves. And they do like a live audition in front of everybody. So I went up there with a dozen other people, and they have you just say like classic catchphrases like, "Are we gonna jump or jerk off?" And whoever had the best "Are we gonna jump or jerk off" got to be Keanu. So that was me for that one.
Oh my God, Steven. You've always struck me as a Keanu Reeves type. This is
that's
wow.
my calling. True calling.
So, was it like how they do Rocky Horror Picture Show, or where they play the movie in the back, or it's all?
It's all they're just recreating it. They're just doing different bits.
Holy
Basically, the whole plot of the movie, they're acting it out on stage.
Good God! Well, Steven, that's what you're built
they,
for.
They had this show. Anytime I had a line to say, they would just hold up a cue card and they would just read it as blankly as possible.
And you nailed it.
I am an FBI agent.
I remember Brad McMurran of the Pushers was always ragging you. He would always jokingly call you the best actor he knew. But we all know.
That is the truth. It's the golden truth.
Brian, by the way, if I wasn't kidding, he's been eating the entire time. That's why you haven't heard a peep out of him.
Good news.
What?
I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Steven, and now you're back. You still gonna do comedy, writing, all that sort of stuff? I remember you as a great sketch comedy writer and funny guy all around. What are your plans?
Yeah, did you get any better?
Yeah, I thought I was at my peak, but the peak just got even higher. I've got so much more world experience under my belt now. I'm going to come back to Push Comedy Theater this one. And fun fact,
yeah,
I have yet to take the stage at the Push Comedy Theater. I've yet to step foot.
Oh my God!
Big day when that day happens.
Holy shit! Yeah, I mean it's gonna be just like old times, Steven. You're gonna get right back on the horse, just like the old. And if this plague ever goes away, the pandemic, maybe you will get on stage at Push Comedy Theater at some point. When did you get back into Virginia? By the way, you've been back for a little bit.
I've been back since the summer. So I'm back here.
Okay. Well, get on it, man. What are you doing? There's a Halloween show this weekend at the Push Comedy Theater. You should just audition for that, like you did for the Point Break show.
You could be zombie Keanu Reeves.
Hey, what are you doing for Halloween? By the way, this may not come out until a week or two, but you got any plans for Halloween? I don't know what I'm doing.
We are passing out candy at the house. We're gonna do it safely by setting up a table in front of the house, and when we see a kid coming, we'll put the candy in a bowl that's on the table.
And then scurry away?
Yes, you'll scurry away. The kid takes the candy, and then we'll replenish as necessary.
What if they're faster than you, though? What if, as you're scurrying away, they catch up to you?
Well, I'd like to think we have a nice vantage point. We can see when the kids are coming down the street. As long as they don't come from behind us, we should have it covered.
Hey, if I know anything about kids, they come from all directions. Brian?
Not in my neighborhood. I live in the cul-de-sac in the very back of the neighborhood. So I get 2-3 kids. So this year I'm going to give out potatoes via a socially distant potato cannon.
God, the neighbors must love you. Cool. And when you say we, I think we missed something in between. Are you married now?
I am engaged. Yeah.
Married. Well, congrats. When are you getting married?
Well, it was gonna be this year.
Oh, fuck.
Things change. So.
Yeah, but you know what? Thank you for that, Steven, though, because you're probably seeing on this too. I see so many weddings now, and my eyes go wide. People with their grandparents around them without masks and stuff, and I'm like, come on, guys.
Okay. Can we not get political on this podcast?
Do you have a set date, rescheduled for next year sometime, April? What do you got?
We're still working on a date. It'll be sometime late next year.
Okay, cool. How'd you guys meet? Let's get deep here.
A little app called Tinder.
So it worked for you.
Yeah, we're on this. It's a Cinderella story. It came true.
Tinderella, baby.
The bell on the ball, baby.
All right. All right. We're gonna wrap this thing up.
Sorry, I just restarted my account.
Okay, so anything coming up that you want to plug or talk about that we haven't talked about so far?
Let's see. I got a hot tub that I'm working on cleaning out, so that's going to be
Cleaning out.
Did you buy it used?
Well, it came with the house that we bought.
Oh, cool.
It conveyed, but grossly.
It looks pretty clean.
Yeah.
I just need to I bought a wet vac. I'm gonna suck out the rest of the water at the bottom.
God, can you video that? I need something to jerk off to this weekend.
You're such a homeowner now. I don't even recognize you.
Yeah, I grew up a lot. I'm a different Steven. This is Steven 2.0.
Yeah.
Have you built a fence yet?
I built a fence for my chickens that also came with the house.
The chickens conveyed?
What the fuck?
The chickens did not convey.
Why do you have chickens, Steven?
Well, the previous owners had chickens.
Did they just die suddenly and they forgot to take their fucking chickens?
Water's right. We just moved in and saw that they weren't living there. So, okay, take it now. We Christopher Columbus it.
Oh God. So do you name them? What do you do with chickens?
Oh yeah, they all have names. There's Bella, who was already named. Okay, so Bella was also conveyed. However, the three other ones, see if I can remember. There's Elvis, who's got like this Liza Minnelli hairdo. There's Hazel, who's like notorious for like sneaking out. Hazel's the naughty one. And then we have Mama Cass.
Wait, go back to Bella, who was already named. How the fuck did you know? Did she tell you her name? Does she have a name tag? What is that?
Yeah, she's got a name.
I don't know what. It sounds like you moved in like Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse or something. All right. Okay. Well, I'm glad I asked about that. I don't know how we got in that.
I wish the audience could see the love in your eyes as you relate each story of each individual chicken.
Yeah.
I can tell you really bonded with these chickens, and I think that's beautiful.
I love it. It's free eggs. Like I've got breakfast for the rest of my life.
Holy shit!
I love a family origin story that is, we met on Tinder and our kids conveyed with the house.
All right. Well, it's good to catch up with you, Steven, and I hate that we're in a pandemic right now. Not only because it sucks and people are dying, but because we don't get to hang out with you and we don't get to see you on stage. But soon enough that'll come around. You'll get married. Everything is gonna be fine, Steven.
As soon as there's a vaccine for COVID, it's gonna be fucking bird flu coming out of Steven's backyard, bringing us all back inside.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Steven. We are now on to the episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye.